I just have a moon available.
So here's 17.
The thing that
15.
So an additional point to your point, Carrie-Anne, is that it's probably just the bits that your fingers cover.
Yeah.
Not the whole of your hand.
Correct. I was just going to go there, Dada, is that they don't go very far away from those little marks themselves. So while we chose those different areas, it's only a couple
I can't hear anything.
Did your pack die?
No.
I can hear me.
You can hear you?
Yeah, I can hear you too.
All right, cool.
I can hear you.
Awesome. I can't.
I can hear everyone.
All right, here, hold that.
Thank you. I'll hold the moon. I've got the moon.
Oh, I came undone. There we go. Sorry.
All better?
Yep. I was like, if I can't hear anything, they can't hear anything. And next I will ask for the stars damn straight.
They make a Mars version of that, but
Yes,
I missed when they originally had that on sale, and then I tried to find it again, and I couldn't find it for a reasonable price. So, if anyone ever finds a Mars version of that globe, I'd love to get as many as I can. A Pluto version would be awesome. Have a little heart on it.
Aww, that would be. Even shirt.woot.com had a Pluto shirt.
Yeah. Someone mentioned, I think was it To Wicked in the chat room, where you're just getting annoyed with the amount of Twitter spam on Pluto. Like you've got all of these anim gifs with the heart, and then the little New Horizons comes close, and the heart's like, ooh, a friend, and then it goes away, and it's like all broken heart. It's like, yes, we get it. But you know what? It's a planet. It's unfeeling.
I will say though, as you guys very well know, and if you didn't know, you should be able to guess, at least from this show, just in and of itself. We also really like Disney, along with space.
What?
And Disneyland's 60th anniversary opening day, or birthday, whatever they want to call it, but the 60th year anniversary is just the most appropriate thing. I don't care what they call it birthday. Was July 17th. So July 17th of 2015 is the 60th year anniversary of the opening day of Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And that day, Disneyland's Twitter feed was just crazy pants. It was like honestly, it was at least every 10 minutes they had another tweet about something. And they were trying to be really kind of cute and live from 55 and be like, oh, right around this time in 1955, July 17th, we did this thing. And they tried to do it almost like a Apollo 11 real time kind of thing, which is a much better Twitter account. And it was interesting, but I was at work, and so I could only check Twitter however often. And so I was on a break. And I was looking at my Twitter feed, and all this Pluto stuff was coming through, right? So there's all this Pluto stuff, and all this Disney stuff, and all this Pluto stuff, and all this Disney stuff, because I have a lot of friends who are interested in Disney, and also Pluto, or space things.
I don't have any friends, but I know people interested
somewhere along the line, my brain kind of crisscrossed things, and I was reading this tweet about how so-and-so was about to lift off, or about to send some of the first humans into orbit. And I was like, what? Like, how did I miss this? What's going on? Who's doing this? What is Disneyland? Disneyland live from 1955, and they had a picture of some really old school astronauts, which I don't even think the term was like used in 1955 at that point, but it was people in these really cool like new space agey outfits with these gigantic like fish bowls over their head. But I had like that weird like moment of not quite. It's like a weird blurred line between Disney stuff going on and space stuff going on that made me laugh pretty hard.
It's an awesome blurred line, though.
It was an amazing blurred line, and if spacesuits really looked like that, I'd be all over that. I want like the little skirt, the little clear skirt, the blue on the outside, and the full.
I want you to have a clear skirt too.
The whole like silver jumpsuity thing going on. It's adorable.
I'm okay with all of these things.
There you go.
Let me pause for a drink. I thought that was really funny. It made me laugh pretty hard.
I posted in the chat room.
Duta. Click. Oh yeah, here.
Yes, and also the Disney Pluto Disney Pluto crossover thing. Here. I also think that's hilarious.
Best as I can, holding this up. I know this probably won't work very well. Which camera?
I also think it's adorable. Yeah, that camera. Yeah, the little like yes. I think those are so pretty. And I love that in Disney how they had the inside of the fishbowl, they had the little like silver, almost like a shade, so that the people wearing these stupid fish bowls.
How short it is.
Probably.
I mean, but it is kind of hot.
It is kind of hot.
Even in the 50s, although Yeah, they're not happy to be there, but yeah.
Well, they're also like 60 years old and their heels are digging into the pavement. It's not their fault.
That's true. She's wearing gloves. Oh, man, what a different time. Look at
Yeah,
all of
man.
them. They're all dressed up.
Yeah, of course. That's what you did when you went out. Duh. I also like the comic, yes, where NDT says you're not a planet and Pluto says you're not Carl Sagan. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
That's great.
Perfect.
That's great.
Oh, have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's a cartoon of NDT looking at Pluto and he's like, you're not a planet. And Planet says, you're not Carl Sagan. And then NDT gives him the finger and Pluto gives him two. Awesome. Totally
this is
awesome.
great, too. The original TWA Moonliner. Not that you can see any of it.
No, that is awesome, though.
That's useless. We need to get like a feed from my laptop. Oh, no, I was working on that. That's right.
You
Yeah,
were.
he was. Yeah.
And then I forgot about it. Yeah.
We need to do an open, by the way.
Ah, for Pete's sake.
Just saying.
Ah, jeez.
And I lost the rundown.
So, go here.
Oh, look at
You
you.
can just do that.
That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mini Elon, I actually have a TWA Moonliner model that I'm going to build for Ben eventually. Life gets in the way, but
Life gets in the way of life.
Stupid life.
Yep. That one light is really hot.
but it's in the works.
Which one?
The one behind you, see it?
Yeah, I kind of worked. So what I did is I fixed this
Those?
area, like
Yeah.
right over here, right, and then this stayed kind of hot.
Yeah,
so.
no, I like the rest of them though. It's nice, and I'm actually starting to not like the plants.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, they're too dark.
So what should we do? All right, let's do the open, then we'll come back. We'll come back to the set because still not fully happy with it, and also this. Yeah, that one needs to be over there. I think a little more, at least for my face. I think I need to pull it. Yeah. All right. That was stupid.
You look directly into the light.
Yeah.
So did I.
I saw that happen too. It's funny.
All right. I'll start with New Horizons makes it to Pluto. Dutta, you'll say. No, Carrie Ann, you'll say. Planetary resources deploys. Something about planetary resources. And Dutta, you'll do Elon.
Wait, what?
You're gonna do Elon.
All right.
Elon wants to talk rocket, or do you want to do the? Yeah, I'll have you do Elon. We'll do that. You know what you're gonna say? Everyone know what they're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Here's number one. There we go. Number one. Coming up, New Horizons. Oops, no, that I can't do that.
Why?
Here's why. This is number two. Coming up, New Horizons makes it to Pluto.
Planetary Resources successfully deploys Arkin 3.
Tune in Monday. Elon talks shop.
All that plus, we talk about what's needed to get to Mars. Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now. That one work?
Yep, that's why.
That's why what?
I'm actually surprised you remember. I lost out on a lot of money for that.
Ooh.
Like a lot of money.
Actually, I kind of like the hot spots. I wish we had like one more going up this way, like right there, like that. Right, because this one has a slight diagonal to it. There's another one right there that has a slight diagonal to it.
Yeah.
It'd look really nice. I think if there was another one right here that was just not super hot, but just like
Gives a little more texture to your background.
yeah, something. Yeah, it does something. I don't want it to be too bright though, right? So
Yeah.
if we go back to this camera, see in this shot, I think this is too bright.
Yeah.
And it's also off balance because you got the bright spot on one side, but you don't have it on the other.
Yeah,
True.
but I like the subtlety. I prefer the subtlety.
So you don't like the plants. All right, internet chat room.
It's not that I don't like the plants. I just
You're not
I
in
feel
love
like,
with the plants. They're not
yeah,
right. They
they're
don't
not
fit
right somehow.
All right, that's fair. So, was there some clipping?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Was Dutta's audio out of sync? I don't know, maybe. Doesn't matter. He's going to be covered up by the graphics.
Blah blah blah.
Neuropilot, so it's a chicken-egg scenario, although the egg did come first because dinosaurs were here well before chickens. But
This is the part that I don't understand. Why have it at $100,000 and then raise it to $150,000?
because they can, I guess.
Just because they can? That
Well,
just seems weird.
I think the market will open up a little bit once they start flying, because I think there are a lot of people that are just kind of waiting and not willing to do it. But then you're going to run out, and then they're going to have to find a way to reduce that cost. And I think they should be, in my opinion, obviously it's their business, they can do whatever they want. But in my personal opinion, they should be working diligently every day trying to reduce that cost as fast as possible, because that will enable new markets. Raising the price flies in the face of their ability. Well, yeah, there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems so weird. Oh, you know what we really need on Mars? Tricorders.
There's the Tricorder X Prize Challenge.
Yeah, I know. Somebody's already working on it, but that's what we need.
Badger Legs, somebody needs to fly first, though. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Completely true. And if they need to raise their tickets to $250,000 just to start flying, I can't argue with that, right? So, reducing the ticket price of a flight that's never going to happen is irrelevant, right? So you have to have flying hardware. You have to be capable of actually doing the thing. And I think right now that's actually the most important thing. But then once they blow through that first iteration of people, they got to figure out a way to bring those numbers down. My understanding, though, is that the Lynx side can. Like, the Lynx has a bit of margin there. I don't know how much, but...
I think it would have been acceptable if maybe they're flying and the flights were so fantastic that now they get some demand and they can charge $150,000.
Yeah, like
per
anything,
flight.
right? Yeah, they've got to have a crazy demand, and they got to stave off the demand a little bit, so they raise
Right.
their prices.
Yeah, exactly. But the demand isn't there. 300
Right.
seats doth not
no.
make enough. I mean, that's more than a
Agreed.
year.
Agreed. They should be going the other way. They should have started at 150 grand and then said, well, okay, it doesn't cost us quite that much. We can do it at 100.
Yeah, if anyone can bring the price of the ticket down to 25,000, I actually think it'll be X-Core that does it first. X-Core, well, I don't know Blue Origin at all. I don't know their numbering scheme, so...
It's pronounced bad girl eggs? That's hilarious.
What is?
Badger legs.
Bag girl eggs? Bagger legs. Bagger legs. No, I'm not going to do that. Bagger. It's badger. It's a badger. It's badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, badger, 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 badger.
Oh, a snake, a snake.
No, you're early. You're early. You're early. What the heck?
It's just cutting to the point.
You were early.
Wait. Did Kat fall asleep?
Yeah. You had.
We were boring. We were boring.
Obs for obs. Although I did like Dad Dog's mention of a pet on Mars.
That'd be kind of cool.
Hyper necessary.
Okay, awkward moments in After Dark. Not that that's unusual.
No, not really.
Yep, that one.
That never ceases to make me smile.
So, Mini Elon, the Escape Dynamics, we are working on bringing them on, hopefully early August. So, I'm excited for that, actually. I'm excited, as you guys know, I'm excited about any next generation propulsion technology. I think that what we're doing with chemical rockets is necessary right now because we don't know a better way to do it, but it's so wasteful. The cost of a rocket, not in dollars, but in pounds, in what it's able to lift, all goes to the fuel. Like all your ground systems, actually, even if you consider the side costs of everything, the fuel itself is not very expensive. Of this $100 million rocket, $500,000 is fuel. But of that, you've got the whole vehicle built around the fuel. So you kind of have to take into account the price of all of the metal and the bending of everything that goes into containing that. And it's all cryogenic fuel, so it's extra super expensive to try to contain all that and the valves and everything else necessary for cryogenics. Then you got all your ground systems that have to deal with all of that fun jazz. So you got all the cost of all of that. And so when you look at the total cost of ownership for having these cryogenic fuels, it's actually quite a bit more expensive. We need a different way to do this. And I don't know what that different way is, but I'm open to any alternate propulsion options, not just in space, right? So once you're in space, that's great, but if you have to use chemical rockets to get to space, what have you actually fixed? So something here on the ground that gets you out of Earth's gravity well. I don't know what that is, but anyone working on that stuff, I'm excited to talk to them about what they're doing, especially if they're bending metal.
Short-range stargates.
Short-range stargates would be...
That would be awesome.
How many chevrons does a short-range Stargate need to use?
3.
Like 3?
Yeah.
So, Nero pilot, Elon said $200,000 to fuel in a Falcon 9. Great. Okay, so again, the cost of the fuel itself, the actual physical fuel, not that high. It's the cost of everything needed to contain the fuel and move the fuel and run the fuel at super cool temperatures. Wow. The whole room just went boom, boom, and spun for me for a second.
Neat.
That
That's
was
fun.
really cool. I don't think I've had that happen before when I wasn't drunk. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I know you
I haven't been drunk for a long time.
Really
so,
long
yeah.
time. Years at this point.
Yeah, Bejeger legs, or however you were supposed to pronounce that.
Bad
says,
girl.
Bejeger legs. Methane locks for at least another 50 years is going to be the most efficient, all things considered. Could be, right? I'm not saying that we should stop chemical rockets and only focus on these other technologies. But someone needs to focus on these other technologies and start working on these things. And so I'm excited to see people focusing on alternate ways of doing this.
Need to increase the energy density.
Yeah, but then you could argue solid fuels have an increased energy density.
I do. I don't think that they're necessarily safe for human spaceflight, but yeah, they are more energy dense than liquids.
Yeah. So we need the trade-off, right? You need, because I actually think a lot of people are scared of solids for the wrong reasons. Solids have their place. You've heard me say this. Solids have their place, right? You need to know what technology to use and where and how, right? And solids are not big, bad, evil things.
No.
But you also have to know when to use them and where to use them, right?
And how to use them.
Yes.
Strapped to the side of the craft is probably not.
A side-mounted anything, even if
Right.
there were no solids on the side of the space shuttle, even if it were all liquid, it's still a terrible design. You don't want to do anything side-mounted because you can take impacts on we've seen what happens.
Yep.
Right. So side-mounted, bad idea. All right. Congo blast. How many people think that humans will land on Mars in 2030s? I think the 2040s to 50s would be more realistic. I think the new space revolution, new space 2.0, which is what we're kind of going through right now, will push humanity to Mars. It will engage the public. It will make them wonder why NASA hasn't done anything. Now, whether it is new space or NASA that does it, someone will do it in the 2030s. I do not believe it will happen before the 2030s. I do not believe it will happen in the 2020s. Oh, how I want it to happen in the 2020s. But I do think it'll happen in the mid to early 2030s. I don't think it'll be the late 2030s. That was a moment.
That goes into the highlight reel for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, something like that. You know what? You know what it is. I'm sleepy. I'm kind of, I'm.
Yeah, it's raining outside.
It's raining
for like the
outside.
first time ever.
Is it real rain or is it? Oh, you said you saw lightning.
I did see lightning, and it
I
was
don't think
very
I have
distracting.
ever seen lightning in California once.
Very distracting.
I saw 3 strikes of lightning.
I mean, I see it in
Yeah,
Florida.
he faces the window. Like, that's not even fair.
It's
Like,
actually so. This is how. For those of you who have never lived in California, you don't see weather. I don't mean rain. I just mean weather.
Weather.
It's a huge deal when there are clouds in the sky. Really, right?
Yeah.
Like someone was like, oh,
well, somebody came in the other day. It was like the third day where it was cloudy in the morning and it burned off by afternoon. But it was morning time, and they were like, I asked them how they were doing because I make coffee, and so my entire job is, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? Because nobody ever pays attention before they get coffee. Fine, that's why they're in my line. And hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, well, it's all right. I'm like, really? Like, hard day, out late last night, like, a lot of work, what's going on? And this person says, well, it's like the third day in a row of, like, clouds in the morning. It's just depressing. And thankfully, because I see the same people day in and day out, I feel extremely comfortable with my particular customers. And so I said, I'm sorry. Do you not go outside for lunch? Because maybe you should try that every once in a while. Like, it burns off. It's not like, if you live in Minnesota, you have legitimately seen nearly 6 months of like 98% cloud cover for 98% of the time. 6 months, solid. You want to talk about depressing for a second? This stuff burns off by 2 at the latest.
there's never any lightning. There are never any clouds. There's nothing. So then I jump on an airplane and I fly to Florida, which is, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, the opposite of this. So not only are there lightnings and clouds, you're flying through the lightning and clouds, right? We're getting near the end, and they're like, I actually had, I don't think I'd had this happen before. They're like, yeah, we're gonna be approaching some weather on landing, so we're gonna have our stewardesses wrap this up late so they can sit down and be buckled in early. I was like, oh God, what are we going through? And so it wasn't terrible. It was hardly anything at all, I thought. But we're landing, and I'm looking out the window because that's what you do when you're landing, and there are lightning strikes like nearby. I'm sitting here going, well, that's a thing. I get my cars lightning everywhere, all around me, and it's just the opposite of here. It's just constant weather going on.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I was turned to you, and I can't remember if you were saying something or if I was saying something. I think you were about to say something and waiting for my reaction. Like you were finishing up something, and over your shoulder I saw lightning, and all I could think was, oh, look at that. But I can't do that. And of course it's lightning, so you can't be like, hey, guess what? There's lightning over there.
You're breaking the illusion. There are no windows in our spaceship of the future that we are currently broadcasting.
For sure. So, yeah, it was very distracting. And so I have no idea what I said after that, because I was like, yeah, no, that's, yeah, toilets. That's what I said, toilets. Because there was just nothing else there's nothing else to go to.
What's even worse is where I live, which is a couple miles from here, there's like a weather hole. So people in the surrounding areas are complaining about, strong winds or rain, and I'm like, look outside, I'm like, dude, it's sunny. What's the problem?
Funny. That's funny.
Patrick says, Florida, the humid lightning strike state. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, actually.
For anyone who ever goes to Disney World,
Yes, there you
look
go.
up. You will see nothing. If you look... I know,
Every 10 feet or so, there's another lightning rod, probably about this
And they literally
tall.
are about 10 feet apart through the entire park.
Every single point of every building, and about every 10 feet or so, there is
Lightning
another
towers.
one. And because it's
Or
like
lightning rods, not
lightning
towers.
rods, yeah. Crazy pants amounts of lightning rods there. Yeah, just look up.
We're laughing because we took a tour. We did one of the behind-the-scenes tours.
It was
of
one of the
Disney
first
World.
tours I think we ever
I think
took.
it was the first tour we ever took. We had a spicy.
Fantastic. She
She's
was amazing. This
little
little
old-
spitfire.
Oh man.
If that woman was 5'5", or no, I'm sorry, 4'5", I'd be freaking surprised.
And
she
like
was
she
in
was
heels.
older, like 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but like fast on her feet, like
Faster than the rest of us, and she was in heels.
yeah, and she had like one of those. I don't know that you think. I don't know.
Yeah, almost like a little whip
horse
that you'd
whip
have for
thing.
yeah.
Riding crop?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
riding
exactly.
crop. Thank
she
you.
She had that, and she'd like hold it up and like, we're moving, and we move like,
And then she just run, and we're like, ah!
trying to keep up with her, this
like-
little old sister, like, oh,
And we
I'm
were
too
big-
fat for this.
We were a big group, right? There was
Like 20, 30
12.
of us.
Yeah. There was a lot of us trying to weave in and out of all the traffic going on.
And we're laughing because when we first started the tour, she said, lightning capital of the world, blah, 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 lightning rods, remember to look up. And so we get to our next place, she'd be like, look up, lightning rods.
And we'd see them, and we're like,
We're like,
all
"Oh,
right,
yeah."
cool.
And then she'd do her spiel and be like, and we're moving.
Run.
Look up, lightning rods.
She pointed them out like every single stop.
time.
It was hilarious.
Look up, lightning rods.
And she also was like, felt like it was a very, like, she found humor in it as well. And she'd be like, yep, there they are. Well, I told you. They're still there. There's
there?
more of them. Check it out. It was just like,
You never noticed them till I pointed them out. You're
pretty
welcome.
much. And now we can't not see
know
them.
'em, yeah.
Yeah, they are indeed everywhere. It may not be every 10 feet, but it's easily every 20 feet.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
There you go.
It's funny, though. It still makes me giggle. Oh, yeah.
Are we winding down?
My head is pounding.
Oh, we need to get you some medicine.
I took some right before the show, so
And,
I think this weather is just killing me.
Yeah, so that was that's the nice thing about California for you is you used to get headaches constantly in Minnesota. Like we'd be like, oh, storm's coming. Like just these crippling headaches.
Yeah.
Just day in and day out.
I'd have to miss work.
We moved here. I actually kind of thought you were. So we moved here and like they immediately went away.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're crazy, but
I take different pills for that. Thank you.
I feed you those pills for that. Yeah, they're my special pills.
They're your crazy pills. It's different. I'm not the actual crazy one.
True. This webcast isn't happening right now. It's only in my own mind. Oh, so before we go, because I will get off the air, I promise.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm fine.
What should we do back here, right? So you're not digging on the plants.
What is your quest?
What is your favorite color?
Go back to this camera, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. I don't know.
Right, we tried the space knickknacks, and they just don't look good either.
I like the subtlety of the darker wall, and the plants feel too dark.
I feel like there needs to be
almost feel like
something
they
there.
need to be lit.
We could light them.
I mean, maybe.
If you lit them and then they were in something, because you got the pot that's dark as well.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So if you put them in a
I was
planter
trying
that's
to
white.
visually. Where am I going? This one goes here. This one goes there. There you go.
And then light them ever so subtly, just so you can get the
Yeah, 'cause there's-
glint of reflection off of them.
Yeah, there's no
They're flat.
depth. They're too flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ironically, they're too flat in their weirdness.
Now Dad Dog is saying bring Benny back. Actually, Benny was in this episode.
Yep.
Benny was in
Yeah,
fact.
Benny was in this episode probably more than almost any other episode
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Yep, Benny was in this episode. Oh, BBB. We could just do...
But if it's going to be that dark, we might be able to put the plastic plants back.
Well, we can go back and buy one. I was going to say we could get 2 more of those TVs and just loop something around behind us so it's just all visual stuff.
No, I think that's too much.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Demaxian, I don't know how to say that. We did this in an After Dark or 2 ago where we actually did put all of our space geekery stuff back there. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, lightning rods.
We should put lightning rods up there. You're hilarious.
Look up.
It's hilarious. I still have some of our Space Geek toys out here, actually, from when we did that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yes, Dada?
Nothing.
Okay. You sound like you're like,
I'm breathing.
okay, you're loud. Sometimes.
Legos?
Yeah, I know. Legos might be too shiny.
No, it's not the right. That's not it either. I'll know when I see it. That's I'm sure Dutta dreads that phrase from me now.
Pretty much anyone who's worked with you on any creative project does.
You're like, oh,
All right, let me start over.
Yep.
pretty much. That's how the tomorrow. Go to the TMRO logo. ME2 preview. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That took us, I think, Carrie Ann says 3 years, but I think it was what, like 7 months, 8 months?
It was at least that long.
Yeah. Going back and forth. We had 50.
I don't remember how many revisions.
57 or 56 different revisions or something like that.
I'm like, nope, not good enough, nope. I kind of sometimes give real guidance, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I give bad guidance. I'm just like, no, I'll know it when I see it. No, I'll know it when I see it. I'm like, no, I want that, like, it's the wrong emotional draw. And you're like, what does that even mean?
I got your emotional draw.
Put a large TMRO logo on the wall. Well, I mean, it's not on the wall. We're trying to put something on the tabletops. Oh, you know what we could do? You know those round lights at IKEA? What if we got rid of the plants completely and just dropped like 2 rows of those round lights pointing straight up on the top of the tables?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll try that.
All right.
See how that looks.
Just gonna get rid of the plants.
Hey, how would you? Hey, Dutta.
Yeah.
Need some plants?
We actually could use some plants on our new patio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we in fact do get rid of the plants, they're all yours.
We'll try to not kill them between here and there.
I'll probably
Yeah.
kill them between here and there.
I don't want them until after August 1st.
Yeah.
What about your columns of fire?
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
But if he's not going to be anywhere near it to knock it over,
He already is.
what? He's knocking over plants?
No, but I mean, he just. What? What's that about? Please don't push it over the edge. Or scratch the table.
Yeah, more like scratch the table. I thought you didn't care about that thing.
That thing?
Yeah.
I don't prefer the whole world think that you don't care about our marriage.
I suppose.
How's that?
I like it. So I don't make her keep very much stuff. I make her purge constantly, like throwing all this stuff away. This is the one thing where I'm actually like, no, we're gonna keep that, and she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, no, we're gonna keep that. So we have kept that. That it was our wedding cake topper. I like it. And now it's on our set.
It's not staying on our set.
Now it's gonna stay on our set.
It's not staying on our set.
We should have actually had it for this show, right? This would have been the perfect show to have it for.
Why?
60-year anniversary Disneyland. We're out both wearing the Disney 60-year
It's
shirts.
not our anniversary.
All right, whatever. All right, are we done?
Yeah.
All right, I think we're done. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Please leave your comments on the show, and let's do something really cool. Thank you, Dutta, for filling in for Space Mike. I know that was awkward and hard, pressing the buttons and doing all that. That's what we had to do for the first however many, like at least 2 years, because we had caffeinated for a while, right? Mm-hmm. So like year number 1, I pressed the buttons. Then by year 2, we had caffeinated. Mm-hmm. I think 2, 3, and 4, we had caffeinated. Then 5, I did it solo, and then I think we had Dutta for 6, 7, and 8, right?
Buttons. I came in the second episode of season 6.
Yeah, so
and
6.
yeah, I saw the end of season 5, and you
needed your help badly. So
it,
I appreciate that. I very well understand how hard it is to talk and actually direct at the same time. So appreciate the help in making that happen. All right.
Right, we'll be back August 8th.
August 8th. See you guys.